Hi, this is Ray Petric. I'm a real estate agent in Southeast Florida. Today we're going to talk about what the cost of living is on Singer Island. Now, Singer Island is located just north of West Palm Beach. It's just east of North Palm, Palm Beach Gardens, and just south of the Juno, Jupiter area. Now, it's bordered on the east side by the Atlantic Ocean and on the west by the Intercoastal. It's part of Riviera Beach and Palm Beach Shores. Now be sure to hit the like and subscribe button because we're putting out new content every week. Also, if you're thinking about moving down here, relocating, buying and selling real estate in Southeast Florida, we've got your back. You can get a hold of us by phone, text, email. Heck, you can even send me a message in a bottle because that works too. Now right behind me, you can see the little town center there, Ocean Walk. That's where all the little shops are and restaurants, and then there's the Ritz residence, the Tiara, and then a new construction project called the Amrit. So today we're going to talk about what the real cost of living is here in the year 2022. So first off, the biggest expense, and I'm sure you're aware, is the cost of housing. There's not a lot of single family homes. I'm guessing there's somewhere up over 1,000, but they don't trade hands very often. I think there was something like 38 sales in the MLS, and I'm sure there was some other private sales that took place outside of the MLS. And then there was, I believe, something like 235 on the condos and a few cooperatives in there as well. The thing to keep in mind when you're buying a condo is the association fees. Now the prices run anywhere from around $300,000 on the very low end. That'll be Sugar Sands, and some of those go for $400,000 if they're on the water and they have boat access. But you're going to be looking at what's your association fees. Now, association fees on the island run anywhere from, $500, $600. A lot of them are in that $800 to $900 a month price point, and then some of them are up over $1,000, even $1,800. So it just depends on what you get, though. So you want to see what you get for the money. So you want to make sure, some places are gated, some places have doormen, some people have all types of security. You just want to know what you're getting for the money, what's included. Most of them include your cable and your water, but you want to make sure whatever you're paying for, you're actually getting something of value. Also, you want to keep in mind when you're looking to buy a condo down here, you want to make sure there's no special assessments in place. Now, I know some people that are in a building right now, I think their special assessment is something like $80,000, and they have to come up with that money right away. So you want to check that out, make sure that you find that out ahead of time and have a good agent looking for you. If you have someone like me, I'm going to know ahead of time, and we're not going to make any kind of mistake. Now, they can't hide that from you, but it's just good to know. You don't want to waste time on a property that you're going to be hitting with a huge special assessment, or we just have the seller pay it, usually have them pay that in advance of the close. So how much are your association fees? Like I said, you want to check that out. Also, you want to check out your taxes. Now, the tax rate here in Palm Beach County, it comes out to something like 0.0228, something like that. Now, you do get a discount if you're getting any kind of homestead. And there's actually a real useful tool on the Palm Beach County website. You can put a price point in there and it'll tell you what your taxes are going to be. And then it's going to give you a discount if you do a homestead exemption, and there's some other exemptions on there too. So that's really a cool tool. There's no guessing involved. Yes, your taxes might be less right now when you buy the property, but if your property has increased in value, which everything around here has increased in value, you don't want to get hit with a tax bill that you're unaware of. So keep that in mind. But a typical $500,000 purchase price, you're going to pay somewhere around $12,400 in taxes a year, so around $1,000 a month. And then if you have a homestead exemption, you're going to save about $1,000 total. So maybe around $900 a month, you'll be paying $11,000 a year. So that's what you want to keep in mind when it comes to taxes. The other thing you want to see is if you get a garage. Some people, it's important to have a garage. I can tell you when you live by the ocean, it would be nice to have a garage. So all those costs and fees go into whatever you're buying, whatever your price point. Now the condos here on the island run anywhere from around $300,000 on the very low end, and those are in some Smaller units, they go up from there. So there's a lot of properties more in that $400,000 to $600,000 price point, and then there's a lot of them also in the $700,000 to $1 million, $1 million, $1 million, $2 million. Now there's some new builds on here, the Amrit, those are at $1.4 million, $1.5 million starting out. They're pretty much sold out, and there's properties you can get up into a penthouse and pay, $5 million, Palm Beach prices if you want. So it just depends on what you're looking for. So your condos, you can find a lot of them in that $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 price range. $1 million for sure, not a problem. Now these properties used to sit on the market for 4, 5, 6 months. Now they're moving in weeks and months. Like anywhere from 1 day to 30 days. They're usually sold. If they're not, they're probably way overpriced. But in this market, things are selling, and they're selling quickly. Now single-family homes. Most of them, if they have an association, something really small, but you're going to spend around here on the island a minimum probably $700,000. That's if you got something really small, but probably more like $800,000-900,000, and that's if you can find them. And then you're going to be spending, if it's on the water, probably close to $1.8 million to $2 million, no matter what. So those are your price points that you need to check out if you're looking for single family, or if you're looking for condos. Now, some of the single family homes, if they're on the big water, unbelievable view, they could be $5 million, maybe even more. So I know there was just a couple buildings that were tore down, and they put up new condos, and they started at $1.8 million, and they sold them all out like immediately. So the price points are going up here on Singer Island. Rentals can run anywhere from around $1,600, $1,800. Most of your condos, though, are going to run closer to, like, especially if you're near the beach, they're going to run closer to over $2,000, up into that $3,000 if you have a view, and more, maybe $3,500. I've seen prices as high as $4,000 and $5,000 or more, and even seasonals are off the charts. But we're talking about long-term rentals. You're usually going to pay somewhere in that $2,500 to $3,000 to $3,500, and that's for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. There's very few 3-bedroom condos on the island. Most of them are 2-2s. So now, if you're getting into super luxury, high end, you could be paying $10,000 a month for all that matter. Let's talk about the other costs living here. As far as everyday living, our gas is about the same here as it is everywhere in the country, which is high, but it's about a little over $4 a gallon right now. All your food, your shopping, groceries, all that is really the same. You're going to pay what you pay anywhere in Florida, basically. There's no extra premium for living here as far as that goes. So we have every type of grocery store you can imagine. On the low end, you can go from Aldi to Walmart. Then you can go to your Publix. They have everything. And then if you want to go, there's Trader Joe's, and there's actually 2 Whole Foods within about 10-15 minutes of the island. Also, there's a couple of really good Italian delis, and there's some fish markets around. So there's every type of food that you can imagine. And then if you want to eat out, there's restaurants absolutely everywhere. I mean, the last time I went out for 4, it was maybe with tip 120. If there's tip for 2, you can eat out for $50, $60 for dinner. Usually I always figure $25 a plate. But it just depends where you go to eat, how many drinks you have, so on and so forth. Gym memberships. A lot of buildings here have their own gym. I actually go to the gym right across the street, Rock Fitness. It's on the top of that blue building. I don't know if you can see it, but you can see the red lettering. But I go there, and that gym is not the cheapest around, but I go there because it's really convenient for me, and they have a lot of really good equipment. That I think I pay like $80 a month for that. But it's great because I don't have to drive off the island. It's right there. So when I want to go work out, which I try to work out 3 to 4 times a week, I have no excuse because it's a mile away from where I live, and it's right across the street from my office, which is right down below me as I stand here on top of the parking garage. Well, there's so much you can do here right on the island without spending any money, but a lot of times you have to have the equipment to do some of the things. Like I've gotten into snorkeling. I've really gotten into fishing down here. I'm a big beach fisherman and I fish the intercoastal, but that still gets expensive and the salt water really eats up your gear. So, you know, that's something you want to keep in mind. If you have any hobbies you like to do, I mean, I've got a surfboard. If I could ever figure out how to use it, that would be a miracle, but I'm gonna leave that up to the kids. Paddleboard I have, those kind of things. Now, if you're into boating, you live on the, you know, on the water, or not even on the water, but you want to have a boat, the sky's the limit on that. So, and any people that are into boating, you know, you can spend a lot of money or you can spend a little, whatever you want. Right now, the price of boats are just astronomical, just like housing. So those are some of the things you want to keep in mind. Let's talk about utilities. My electric for a 1,400 square foot condo runs about $150, maybe $160 a month, but we're all electric. So I got electric hot water. I use all electric, you know, appliance. Everything's electric. So AC, it's all electric. The cable and all that, that's all included. And internet, that's all included in my condo association fee. The other thing down here, your auto insurance, if you live by the beach or even east of 95, your auto insurance is gonna go up. My rate is what it is. Some people say it doesn't, but I'm a pretty good driver and I don't have any outstanding tickets or anything like that. So maybe a few warrants for arrest, but other than that, no speeding tickets. And I still pay quite a bit. You really want to shop around on that. I think they include in there because of the storm damage and all the different sorts of things you can get. Plus, people drive absolutely insane down here. So that's something to keep in mind. Once again, if you're thinking about moving down here or relocating or just buying and selling real estate in Southeast Florida, you can reach out to us by phone, text, email. Heck, you can send me a message in a bottle because that works too. Also, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button because we're putting new content out every week and you don't want to miss that. I'm Ray Petric. I'll see you on the beach.